Hello, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Last time we finished out Galacticraft by going to Mars, Venus, and the asteroid belt, and we used all the stuff we got from there to make the laser focus. That thing. Between episodes, I've been doing a little bit of work around the place, increasing buffers and the like, adding some more passive recipes. We now have corrupted lights on passive, corrupted light ingots for clarity. These are one of the 4 primary components in Draconic cores. Galactic we've had passive already, Mystic we had passive already, so now we have corrupted light passive, which means we passive dark cores. We just expanded the setup down here. I need to put in some more facades still. Yeah, this has been kind of bankrupting my LP stuff. Yeah, our LP's been kind of fluctuating all over the place. Already I've gone full nausea mode and had to like rip out most of that. Well, not rip it out, but take the orbs out and like reset this. So we increased our LP generation altar. As you can see, it's very, very fast now. It like fills up to 8 buckets and then is drained before it can even fill up again. And that is because we have really upgraded the torture nexus down here. This is now on a stellar capacitor instead of an octatic capacitor, so this is going like really, really fast. And we have 2 wells of suffering rituals that are slightly off-center from each other, or like off-beat from each other. So like you can see the buffalo takes 2 ticks of damage really quickly, and then like has a second of pausing. That's because there's 2 wells of suffering here. It's been quite good, but it doesn't keep up with full demand if our alchemy tables are all running full tilt. Yeah, it looks like the main reason we're actually backlogging is because we're out of intensive catalyst again. And of course we're out of intensive catalyst because we're out of concentrated catalyst, because we're out of strengthened catalyst, because we're out of simple catalyst. Well, actually no, we're fine on simple catalyst. We just need another basalt's renamer. I need to set up a bunch more renamers so that we can increase our catalyst speeds, but that's soon. We're okay for now, but that won't last for long. I was kind of looking into seeing what it would take to passive solar ingots, because ideally passive draconic cores would go crazy. But solar ingots are pretty tough. The empowered solar dust is really easy passivable. We actually do it already. Angelic silicon crystal mixture, we all but do this already. Ignis Vis crystals, we could probably do this. It'd be a little tricky, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Bottled hellfire would be a little tricky as well. Totally possible. I imagine, I think. Tallow would be kind of tricky, but I think we could do this passively. But solar array panels are like really, really annoying. There's so many steps that are involved with making photovoltaic cells that you'd have to put on passive with each with their own machine. It would take like 10 machines to passive the solar array panels, and I just don't feel like that. Plus we'd have to passive compress tin through the ultimate compressor, and that's just a pain. I don't really feel like doing that. These don't take super long. The worst thing about that recipe is the bottled hellfire anyway. If that, right? Plus we get 8 per craft, so it's not the worst thing in the world if this is what we have to wait on whenever we make Draconic cores, if everything else is passive. Everything else is buffered to 4 stacks, so if we need more than 4 stacks of Draconic cores, well, I guess we have a different issue then, right? Anyway, let's get on with today. So first up, we need to make an ultimate crafting table. This is a little scary. It's a lot of blocks of black iron, but we have this all passive. This is like 16k crafting storages, which is kind of a lot, but I think we can request that. Yeah, it's quite expensive, but actually, is it expensive? No, this is like fine. Who cares? I've been putting together the basic crafting tables we need for the tiering up into that. These elite crafting tables here. So we need 8 of the advanced crafting tables. So we need 24 of these because we need 3 of these. And for each of these, we need 3 of these. So we need 72 basic crafting tables and a whole bunch of luminescence. Yeah, luminescence is so slow. I wish there was a faster way to do this. But yeah, the rest of the stuff here is pretty easy. We can request beam cores and creation stations. We have plasma cores passive. So there's a lot of just putting stuff together. Even the stuff here, I think we have crystallized mana clusters. I think. We should be able to make, what is this? 36 of these? No. We passive the mana shards, not anything actually important. So that's also gonna be annoying. Yeah, we have a 12th of that. So let me grab a crystallizer and throw some mana diamonds in there. So anyway, while we're waiting on all that stuff to do all that stuff, let's talk about the docket today. Looks pretty short, but it's quite packed, I assure you. I'd like to do Draconic Fusion. That's a whole tiered process, so that's actually 3 things in one. I want to consider the Mass Inscriber and Packaged Auto. I don't know exactly how helpful each of those might be to our current situation, but it's definitely worth looking at, I feel. We get access to them this chapter, so I imagine they're probably here for a reason. And then, of course, we have, the whole Chaos Guardian thing at the end of the chapter. That's a little worrying, but, I'm building confidence for it. So let's talk about that. If you're not familiar, the Chaos Guardian is a very, very scary dragon who moves very fast, hits very hard, has a lot of crystals that heal him or protect him or the like. And that's bad. He's very, very scary, he deals a lot of damage, and he can kill you very, very quickly. Typically, the way you're supposed to go about doing this fight is with Draconic armor, but as you can see, this is quite pricey, and while we do need it eventually, I think... Oh, actually, we don't. Well, theoretically, we would need it. If we end up needing this stuff, you know, we have the option to make it, but, you know, ideally we don't have to because these Awakened cores are all very expensive. Each of these Awakened cores is 4 Wyvern cores, which is 4 Draconic cores each, so each of these Awakened cores is 16 Draconic cores. Ideally, I'd like to not have to spend 4 stacks of Draconic cores making a set of armor I'll use 1 time exactly. And also, you know, that's the boring man's way of doing things, and you know how I am. I'm stubborn. I'm spiteful. So here's what I've got cooking. So the Mantle of the Stars from Astral Sorcery does one of the most important things with regards to the Chaos fight, which is having Chaos resistance. Chaos damage is typically what just kills you instantly, and I have some Void Thaumaturge boots because these make you go like obnoxiously fast. I also have brought my Hang Glider and a Rod of the Skies, and a Cloud Stepper ring. For the Mantle of the Stars, I've chosen Armara because it gives you some free hits every so often. I'm not sure if Horologium would work, but it might, but I also don't really feel like testing it that thoroughly, so I know this one is good. But as you can see, the Void Thaumaturge boots are very fast. This is me walking, and I can barely control myself. Here's a simple jump. This is no jetpack, by the way. So ideally, this is how we would be doing the fight, is we'd be running around like this with a lot of speed, albeit the Hang Glider doesn't seem to be going as fast as I recall it going in my testing. I'm actually very confused. I was doing this in a test world and my airspeed was not this bad. Like, hold on. Yeah, so here's the creative test world I'm in. We got a real great super flat going on here. As you can see, the movement is quite crazy on these things when there's, you know, not a bunch of lag. But also, as you can see, the airspeed is like really, really something to look at, right? Like, this is something that I would really want in a Chaos fight. This is what I should be having. With a Hang Glider especially, like, I mean, how's he gonna catch me, right? Like, he just can't. Like, I move so quickly. This is like more than jetpack speed, while also having all the Chaos resistance of the Mantle of the Stars. But for some reason, I'm just not having my airspeed in single player, or not in single player, in survival. But I'm also in survival here, so like, I don't understand what's going on. Well, I guess don't take off your heart amulet right after you load a world. My bad, I guess. At least we know all the soulbound stuff works quite well. Oh, my cosmetic armor does it? What a scam. Would you believe it? That's, I think I have taken 2 deaths to doing that now. That is really something. Anyway, I still have no idea why I'm not allowed airspeed in this world. Okay, so something in my pockets is preventing me from moving quickly. Today we're gonna find out what. Oh, it's the Effortless Ring. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is what we should be expecting. Yeah, so ideally, the Chaos Guardian just can't hit me because I'm flying this fast all the time. Well, technically I'm not really flying, I'm just falling with style. And I think a flightless Chaos Guardian sounds pretty fun. But that'll be later. Well, I guess while we're waiting on everything else, we should look at some of the other stuff. Alright, so let's do Crystal Matrix instead, I guess. So Crystal Matrix ingots take 2 Nether Stars and 5 Diamond Lattice, and Diamond Lattice is just diamonds. So 25 diamonds and 2 Nether Stars per Crystal Matrix, which is not too bad. How much of this stuff do we actually need? I mean, we probably don't need it on like passive, that's fine. Okay, maybe we do want it on passive. This stuff takes forever. This stuff is slow. Everything's slow nowadays, man, jeez. I guess it's the scaling chapter. Alright, well, while that happens, what about Crystalline? Crystalline alloy, plasma cores, and star leather? Okay, we can actually do this. Yeah, that was like actually a reasonable amount of time. Oh wow, that's a lot of ore. That's kind of nice. We should probably get fusion going though, which is actually back here. Beamer presentation. So these are a little pricey each. These bridge receivers are just kind of a lot of crafting steps, but they're basically free otherwise. Ensorcelled cores we've made before, same thing with beam cores. Heavy duty plates are a little tricky, but I mean, heavy duty plates, it happens. Magic hand mirrors are a little bad, but again, nothing too crazy here. Just a bunch of infusion steps, but with the infusion matrix, we're kind of chilling with this. So I think in total we need like 10 fusion injectors or whatever. So I made 1 of each already, so I'm just going to craft another like 9. And it seems like we can do that. It's a little pricey, but we can do it. So these are chemical injection chambers, crystalline ingots, and draconic machine frames. We haven't made these yet, I don't think. Quite doable, though. Did I set a recipe for this? I did. Wow. Look at me. So we're going to want 10 of those, so I guess we'll request 10 of these now. Well, once we're done with all the other crafting nonsense we're doing. What about this fusion core? It's a little pricey, but I think we're okay. 4 of each of the beam receivers and reflectors is a little much. 4 wyvern cores. Wyvern energy cores. Do we have redstone clusters? We probably don't make those, right? We have some that we stole from Omethal, but that's it. Okay. Okay, see, here's the thing that's really getting me, right? Besides all this rain, of course. Is I've been expanding this wall. I can't expand this anymore, right? Like the whole point of this was like it was like a natural thing going on. This is like not looking natural anymore. It's too long. I mean, I guess I do have a little bit of space over here still. It just bothers me, you know. All right, well that's done. So we should be able to make our crafting injectors. Unfortunately, these chemical injection chambers had a little bit of wacky NBT. So for the fusion core, we obviously need the ultimate crafting table, but we also need all this other stuff. This is like 28 heavy-duty plates tier 3, a whole bunch of crystal teen, solar wafers, wyvern cores, energy cores. So let me go put some stuff together to 1, make crystallized redstone clusters, 2, make a whole bunch more of these energy beam reflectors. We need 4 of each of these more. Yeah, just a lot of stuff to put this whole thing together. This is a big craft. This is a big craft. Well, while we're still waiting on the everything else for all this stuff to finish crafting, I suppose we can at least start setting up automation for fusion. I've never actually used these lasers before, or at least not like a lot, so I'm not really sure how these work. Supposedly they can just like put into the items next to them, so you know, I hope it does that. And then this one's going to be on a higher priority because this is where the fusion core is going to be. So hopefully how this will work is this will push into this, which will push into other places. You know, 1 to each of those things, and then the main item in here. Well, that looks kind of cool. I wish I could have them be like red or orange. Okay, so these are finally done crafting. Goodness me, that took forever. Okay, finally, wow. They want us to make another one of these for the extreme crafting table, but we don't actually need the extreme crafting table for anything right now. Most of the stuff is like the infinity gear or wyvern armor. Obviously we'll need this by the end of the pack, but you know, we can put it off for a little bit. Anyway, I can just take all this stuff out of here and put it straight in here, I believe, right? Yep. Fusion crafting core. First 9x9. Oof. Feel like I could take on the world at this point. So I'm currently still crafting some cryo-stabilized flux ducts for the actual limitless power transfer. But for now, I think we'll make some stellar energy conduits because these are, you know, still very strong. I mean, 10 million. How much more can we need besides that, right? I've seen the future crafts. We're gonna need those cryo-stabilized flux ducts. This is not enough. Imagine how I felt seeing this big number. That's 24 trillion with a T. What the heck? Like, where do we even get that much? Maybe that's like after energy cell or something like that, or creative energy cell. I don't know. All right, so the first thing they want us to do with our injectors is to immediately upgrade them. So we need a lot of crystal teen, a lot of wyvern cores, draconic cores, and draconium. I have 12 of these, so we need 24 of each. Thankfully, I have made some of the wyvern and draconic cores already. So I think what we can do is just like set these here, basically, right? Like I think we just inlay these into each of these injectors, and then we probably gotta, you know, grab some injectors to actually upgrade. Oh, ooh, that's cool. Yeah, this is 24 million RF, so I'm a little concerned as to how long this might take for future crafts, such as the one immediately following, which is 240 million. Albeit, we're gonna need a lot of other stuff for that, but still. Oh, that was cool. Alright, well, 11 more to go, I guess. Well, we also need to get these dragon tokens. So they recommend us killing the Ender Dragon a few more times. We need to slice up the dragon egg in a sawmill of sorts to make these dragon tokens, so we'll probably need an actual on-demand sawmill. So let's go and bully the poor misses a few times. I wonder if Magic Missile one-shots her now. And Magic Missile does a whole lot of extra damage now that we've got a bunch of astral perks, so let's see if we can't just, like, you know, click on her. Oh! Certainly does a lot. So, where's my egg? Oh, there it is. Look at me being impatient. Would you guys buy Dragon Coin Crypto? I don't think I would, personally. Okay, so we just charged Draconium in the laser focus. Alright, let's see if we can actually craft Awakened Draconium, and if it, like, works. Oh! Wow, I heard the crackling and it just works. Cool. It's not particularly fast, but, you know, I've definitely seen slower things, I guess. Alright, so now we need 4 awakened cores. So each dragon token is a wyvern core, and we need 4 more wyvern cores per awakened core. Thankfully, we do get a lot of awakened draconium per craft of that, but, you know, this is expensive. That was a lot. But it looks like after we get this, we'll be able to make awakened dragon tokens, and that will let us create our dragon egg seeds. So we can probably saw this last dragon egg up. I actually killed it twice, and I had apparently I've killed an ender dragon 5 times this playthrough. But when I tried to get the other dragon egg, I clicked it and it fell through the portal. And I don't remember where world spawn is on this world, so that sucks. Well, we can request the 4 awakened cores. It keeps feeling like each of these is super expensive, but like, you know, are they? Like, basically all the cost is in the Draconic cores, and like power, I guess. But the Draconic cores aren't that bad for us. I think I'm mostly just worried about Corrupted Light and like Dark cores. But our LP has been pretty good for a while, so maybe I've got nothing to worry about. At least, you know, for now. That said, it might be worth trying to put more mana spreaders on this, because this is a little slow. Like, it's, you know, not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but even, I mean, 3 Gaia spreaders with potency velocity lenses, like, shoot, man, I wish it was faster. Well, while we're waiting on all those wyvern cores to craft, we should probably look into this magnet. I've heard this is one of the better ones, so we should probably look into this dislocator to get it, I guess. Yeah, this is a usable teleporter that like can run out, so, you know, not the best. That's the wrong quest. There we are. And if you have a moment to spare, consider how horrifying teleportation would be. You don't know that. You know, the whole thing about teleportation is you don't know that, right? Like, the whole thing is it's like, is it you that turns into a new one in the new location? Do you just move? Does it move all your particles? We don't know if it's terrifying, so consider that. All right, item dislocator. We need the Terrasteel magnet and 2 wyvern cores. Ouch. So this one's supposedly better than that one. I don't know if it's true, but I hope it is. We get some Draconic cores back though. That's nice. Speaking of cores, our awakened cores are done. Good morning. So next we need awakened dragon tokens, which are pretty easy. We already have a crafting recipe for Supremium in the laser focus because I upgraded my tools again. Would you guys invest in Awakened Dragon coin as like a crypto? I'm not fully on board personally, but like they're getting me a little bit more invested in it. No pun intended. Maybe if it was like green or something, I would consider it, you know? Alright, next up is Dragon Egg Seeds. So we need a Dragon Egg Crux for this as well. So I think we can just make this. So we need Awakened Draconium, another Dragon Egg, a Scale, and 4 Supremium. We have most of that. Oh, we actually have an extra egg. Okay, sick. Nice. I thought I had to go kill another dragon. Okay, so now we can use the Dragon Egg Essence to craft eggs and hearts. But also we want to use these Dragon Egg Essences to make more of these Cruxes. Oh, but we need Draconic tier injectors to do that. Okay, that's problematic. Like, that's actually like a big issue. Albeit that's, you know, the next thing, so we'll be able to do that shortly. But for right now, I think we're just going to have to kind of use crummy seeds instead of making these awesome. Well, albeit, you know, it's still not bad, right? Like, that's still pretty decent, at least. Oh, that's an issue. We need to make a green hearts. Well, most of this is fine. The environmental and defensive cores aren't an issue, nor the red hearts or the angelic silicon mixture. Demon blood shards are a little pricey, though. And orange hearts are... I mean, we could farm them with a lamp of cinders, but... that's gonna be a lot to think about. How many withering souls do we have? Like an okay amount. We can make a good amount of orange hearts. Maybe I should just leave the wither machine running for like a while. Yeah, we can make 30? That's like not terrible, but I imagine we're probably gonna need more than 30 blocks of awakened draconium. When do we get awakened draconium seeds? Fusion. Oh, no, infused ender pearls. So after we make a dimension. So, chapter 27? How much awakened draconium are we going to use in 26? We'll see how much we can skate by, I guess. For the meantime, though, I need to go add a crafter. Well, we can request this. So I guess I'll see how long that takes. But I'm also seeing what's coming up next, frankly. Right? Like, I mean, you know, next is the Draconic Infusion, and after that is the guy, you know, the big guy, who I said I'm not scared of, even a little bit, with my chest puffed out and peacocking. I'll be honest, you know, I'm a little nervous. I've never fought the Chaos Guardian before. Period. Let alone with good armor or bad armor. And so maybe it's not the best idea to do dumb, silly things for this. But I'm not known for the best ideas, you know? That's not why you watch me. You watch me because I'm funny, and surely nothing else. So while those hearts craft, I am going to, 1, have a nice meal so that I am fully prepared. 2, throw some water on my face so I'm very awake. And 3, play a little bit of a first-person shooter, I think, so I'm truly locked in. Because, I need to be on my A game here, right? I need to lock in, right? Like, fully. So next up we've got the Draconic Injectors. These are a little pricey. We're going to need a total of 24 awakened cores. We have 3, so we need 21 more. And we can't do that. Plasma cores is just a buffer issue. Cloudy oil, we need to make more jars. I keep thinking that we have a net 0 on jars all the time, but we don't. Corrupted light's also a buffer issue. Empowered solar is a buffer issue. Mystic's a buffer issue. Photovoltaic plates is a buffer issue. And slice of dragon eggs, we just need to set up a thing for this. So really the only actual issue here is cloudy oil. And that's because we're out of intensive catalyst again. And of course the reason we're out of intensive catalyst is because we're out of concentrated catalyst, because we're out of strengthened catalyst, because we don't bring in basalts and simple catalyst fast enough. But yeah, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time to set up some more inscribers with name presses to hopefully make our strengthened catalyst setup a little bit faster. This is the kind of bottleneck of everything blood magic at the moment, or arguably it's the throttle that doesn't keep us nauseous all the time. But in either circumstance, it's just too darn slow. In addition, I need to set up passiving for dragon egg slices here. We need these for the tokens for the awakened cores that we need. As well as I'm just going to take some time to let some backlogs fill. So I'll be back in a little bit with hopefully some more stuff to show you. Alright, so we've got 15 awakened cores being crafted right now. This is going to be probably another 15 minutes or so. I doubled up our runic altars so that we can craft 2 at a time, because these take about 25 seconds or so, and I'd rather not wait for that, you know, each, when I could have 25 seconds get me 2 of them. So while we wait for those to finish up, let's, you know, finish up what we're going to do for the Chaos Guardian. I have, in preparation to get my blood flowing, I went and soloed Pyro Pete in Borderlands 2. I think that's a good thing to start. The raid boss version, to clarify. Yeah, I don't think we'll be needing any melee weapons, so I'm not going to bring one. I want to make a laser gun to shoot through the walls of the crystals, to actually hit the crystals so I don't have to break open them, you know? That would be time that we spend being still, and stillness is death. Ideally, the kit is as such. We have the hang glider that we can fly around with in our offhand, basically at any time we need to. We'll have the Void Thaumaturge boots and the Rod of the Skies to get us height, and if that's not enough, we'll have the Cloud Stepper ring to get us the rest of the way there. So hopefully that should get us, you know, a comfortable ways in the air. We have some Stardew here of Resistance 3. This is pretty good. I hope it's good enough. And I also want some Supremium Apples. These give some pretty strong buffs. Strength 2 and Speed 2 are pretty good, and obviously Regen 2 is very, very good, as well as it is, well, a very strong food source for us in a time in which we're going to need very strong food. Thankfully, these are just apples and the essences involved, so that's not too expensive. And we'll just make like a stack of them. We also have the Serenade of Health, in case we might need it. I don't know if it's gonna come up, but, you know, better have it and need it than need it not have it. And I should probably grab some sort of flux capacitor or battery to keep our laser gun charged. So let me grab one of those too. Alright, well, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's finish upgrading our injectors here. Looks like the cryo-stabilized flux ducts are pumping through energy at quite a bit faster than they used to, or the stellars I was using before. So I'll be here for a little bit until I'm done with the 9 I need for the quest. Well, here it is. Travel to 2 coordinates that are multiple of 10,000. Find the Chaos Guardian. Defeat the dragon. Take the Chaos Shards. Run. Well, they tell me to have armor, but you know modded Minecraft players, we do not read. I hope you're as ready as I am. Let's go fight a dragon. So we're just headed out till 10,000. And I'm just gonna hang glide and Rod of the Skies till I get there. Oh, sick, we got an extra perk. That's actually super nice. I had a gem I wanted to a slot. No, I left it at Astral. Ugh! I don't feel like walking all the way back here. I think that's what I needed, is to be inconvenienced, so that I would treat that inconvenience as a worse threat than the demon in front of me. I just, you know, gotta relax. You know, it's a game. There's nothing to it, just my pride. I mean, when I phrase it like that, that doesn't help at all. I mean, it's no big deal. People do this with the mantle. The whole point of the mantle is that you're able to do this. It has 80% chaos resistance. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of chaos resistance. And the whole thing that kills you is the chaos damage. And I have all these perks. You know, I've got all this gear. I have all these buffs. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm just, you know, gonna make a backup first. Alright, let's eat an apple, drink some Stardew, fall into the void. And I think that's everything I would want. There's an end city over there, that's fun. Alright, let's give him our best. And not an inch less. There he is. Oh my gosh, there's an end city in the way. That's so mean. I swear if I get hit by a shulker, I'm gonna be real mad. Alright, well, our speed is keeping up. That's what matters. I think that was me killing a crystal. I wish I could see the crystals a little bit better. Ain't catching me today, buddy! Oh, gotta watch out for those particles. Okay, yeah, that is certainly the thing's exploding. This laser is supposed to deal about 50 to 60 hearts, so I'm hoping it does. There's one of them. That one still got HP. Thankfully, you can get close enough to see the health bars. I just really don't want to get caught by any of that. This laser is so good here. It is unbelievable. Alright, it seems like the Chaos Guardian has some real trouble with the iconic Circle Strafe, which is great news for me, let me tell ya. I tried to pick a pipe piece or whatever that has a long range for this purpose because, well, a lot of the fight's going to be at a quite long range, I'd imagine. I just want to take this nice and slow. Rushing is a great way to get yourself killed. I really wish it was a lot easier to tell when the crystals are hurt. And don't forget, I can just run away from the fight as well, if I really, really need to. Nice. Nice. Can I see hitboxes if I do F3B? I'll cheese a little bit with F3B. I've seen what people do to this guy. This is fair game by my standards. Just take my time, spin around the edge while he can't do anything to me because I'm too fast. Our attack is blocked by crystals. Okay, so we still have some to go. He is really going at it though. I don't know what that attack is all about. But I don't really want to get close to him while he's doing it. Maybe he's mad at me because I've been schmooping on him too hard. I really wish I had better visibility through this fight, let me tell you. I don't know what that sound was, but I didn't like it. I didn't take damage, I don't think? Was that me hitting a crystal? Oh my god, it sounds so scary. Okay, no, I can see there are some crystals that he is still being healed by. Okay, run away. Get me out of here! Thank you, Armara. Thank you, Armara. Thank you, Armara. I took a hit and I didn't take damage from it. Thank you, Armara. Okay, it looks like I can just hold D in this circumstance and just kind of escape by doing that. I just gotta not slow down. He is a loud boy. Okay, now that one's healing him. Now that one's healing him. Now that one's healing him. Okay, that one's healing him. That one's healing him. Okay, not anymore. This one's healing him. Nice. You don't have a beam on you, do you, anymore? No, you do not! Now you do. Whew. I dealt damage to him, though. I dealt damage to him, if only briefly. I just gotta keep the pressure on. That was... I would say greedy, but I did not get punished for it, so it's not greedy. Oh, come on! I need that thing to die so bad. Whoop! Whoop! Bye! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I know what happens when people like you touch people like me! Oh! He bleeds! Okay, I need you to not be above me right now, dude, because I can't see above me. Well, okay, well now I can. Alright, where'd you go? I know you're still here. You can't trick me. There you are. This is horrible in F5, actually. Okay, now what's blocking him? That one. At least they're blocking. Oh no, they are healing crystals. Oh, you are a fiend. Oh, careful. Oh man, Magic Missile's taking a beating. Ow. Let's heal. Dang it! Ah! Quit doing that! Ow. Oh, you are a tricky little individual, aren't you? Whoop! Oh, that's the angle I want to be in! Get back here, I gotta keep that pressure on. Where'd you go? Oh, +1 Astral Pert. Come on. Ouch, ouch. Don't even think about it. Don't even consider the possibility of taking more damage. Oh? What? Where am I? Did he teleport me away? Oh, I'm like at the void. What happened? Is he dead? Oh, you rat, you thought you could get me to not see your death animation. Alright, I need my pick and fast. Ah! This sounds so scary. Get me out of here! Okay, give me this. This is like really scary sounding. I don't care about this obsidian. I want this, and I want to leave! Where's the shards? Where's the shards? Where's the shards? I got 5 shards. I'm out! Teleportation crystal! Teleportation crystal! Take me home! Take me home! Take me home! Take me home! Ah! It's lagging really bad. Whoa. Woo! Home sweet home. The insides of my arms are sweating. We got it. We got it. Do we need this for anything? Was I right to just leave? Oh, I was totally right to just leave. I got the little bit that I needed, if any. Yeah, I need like 10. Oh my gosh, look at how much experience we got for that. We did it! We did it! Ooh, oh, that's a nice reward. I didn't even look at that. I don't know what this is. Such a... yeah. Use. Is this like from something? I mean, it seems really funny. Hold pure dark energy in your hands. Boy, am I ready to use the powers of this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing, man. Whew. Alright, let me collect myself and put stuff back where it should be. Well, if nothing else, I think this kit has certainly earned its place on an armor stand. It does look pretty cool. This mantle star is so cool. Look at that cape. It's so cool, man. Alright, looking pretty standard now. Take that off the list. Okay, so what's a chaotic core take? Not a ton, honestly. Oh, that's a lot of power, actually. Okay, my bad. Alright, well, while I had left, I had some awakened cores queued up, so I'll wait for those to finish, and then we'll look at chaotic cores. Wow, we're actually charging the chaotic core craft quite fast, which is surprising given this is a billion RF, right? Like, that's kind of crazy. Chaotic core. Never held one of these before. This is all new territory for me, really. I gotta take those 10 awakened cores. Dude, that was 10 awakened cores and 8 dragon tokens is just such a crazy quest reward. That's so good. And we can start alchemistry. I didn't think we'd get here today. I'll be honest. There's a lot of things I didn't think would happen today. Well, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna edit some of this video and see how much time I've spent on it already. And if it's not that much, shoot, we'll start alchemistry. Or maybe if we don't have that much time, we'll do one of these two things. You'll see in a second, but I'll see in like a day or two, probably. Alright, well, we got a little bit of time left, so let's do some small stuff. In between clips, I added a little bit of passives here. We're now creating sun crystals, books, because we didn't have these somehow, bookshelves, magical wood, and thermal conductor rods. The reason I'm making these is for RF powder. And you might be thinking, well, why do you need that for RF powder? You know, you've had RF powder for a long time. Well, it wasn't fast enough. The problem was that this would spend so much time, like, transporting between this and the tank that I was healing from, that it would just take so long to make even one RF powder. So now we just make these because they're, you know, quite cheap. We actually make all this stuff entirely passively. Sun crystals can even be filled up with glowstone essence. So, like, these are free for us, basically. I think I set this up and we were done crafting like 40 stacks of RF powder in like a minute. It was crazy. I also went up and set up a crop of 8 more plots of Inferium Tier 5 seeds. The reason is I imagine at some point we're going to need quite a lot of Inferium for Supremium purposes. This is actually going too fast for us. We can't craft fast enough. Even with the second sequential fabricator we added for Prudentium. Currently we're up to about 276 stacks of Supremium, which is quite good. It will not be good enough, however, for the long-term future. The reason I set all of this up is because eventually we're going to need a lot of this Perfectium. So this is 9 Perfectium blocks, and each block is 81 Perfectium balls, which means that each tab is going to be 81 times 5 Perfectium, 405 Perfectium, which is going to be 1600 Insanium, or 6000 Supremium per tab. We can almost make 3, which is, you know, not great, but for being very early, it's going to be good, because we'll have quite a lot once we actually get to that point. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll have the full drawer. We probably will. Anyway, I want to take a little peeky peek at packaged auto, I think. I was going to work on this automation interface, but I realized it's actually way too expensive for me. These ambient thermal controllers are very pricey Nazca glass, and these ME storage components are not cheap, and we'd have to increase our buffers. So instead, I think we're going to start by making a quick evaporator. It's mostly pretty easy. Yeah, pretty simple craft, albeit simple doesn't mean cheap. So then we just need to fill this with a bunch of water and it'll slowly evaporate into mineral salt. So for right now, we're just going to do this pretty uglily of just a bowl, evaporator, salt. I'll worry about this later. Just for right now, we just want to get this going because I imagine we're going to need a lot of this stuff. Yeah, we use it for each alchemical machine frame and all of this stuff, which, you know, might come up. I imagine it would, right? They wouldn't tell us to make it if it didn't. Yeah, next they want us to make an alchemical machine frame, and this is like a whole thing, so we'll do this next time. But for packaged auto, we need to get scheduling processors, made of scheduling circuits made of awakened draconium. Very expensive. I don't know how many we need, but we did just get half a stack for a quest reward, so I know where that's going. So to start with, they need us to make 4 packaging components, which is pretty doable. It's just a crafting step. If you're wondering why I'm back here, well, look. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and this is a desperate time. Look, we need packagers. We need a packager for every 20 recipes on the network. I don't entirely understand how this works. Packaged auto lets us encode recipes with more than 9 input items for like you know, really big crafts. Like, I know at some point we need to craft, like, multiple of these, and I think there's more than 9 items. I don't really care to count right now, but that's not why I'm making these right now, so, meh. That said, it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, we have these packaging components, and heavy-duty plates aren't too bad. Compression reagents aren't the worst thing either. Alright, now here's the reason we're actually here. This is the mass inscriber. This is all of the inscribing things we could ever want forever. It can run any process at 1 tick per recipe, which is pretty darn good if you ask me. You know, who needs passiving when this is how fast everything runs? So let's get the stuff together to put one of these together. We've already got the hard part, it looks like. Now this is something I've been meaning to do for a long time. You've served me quite well, inscriber setup, but I think we both know you have been a real problem. In case you're unfamiliar, this setup was awful. Passiving things in 2x2 drawers has been abysmal. For example, if I wanted to have extra estimation circuits, which we do often, I'd have to increase the methodology, thaumium, and clearance circuits. I don't need more than 4 stacks of these ever, but I need these all the time, so that was foolish. These things are shooting out the back and are a mess of filtering and the like. These inscribers in general are just so sided, and for the most part that can be fine, but not here when I need so many presses. So it's all going. Also, look at how much cabling it was, look at how much space into the wall it took. I mean, look at all the stuff in our pockets right now. Disgraceful. It's orange. I didn't think it would be. I suppose it makes sense, though. We're also going to set all these recipes to be stack sizes instead of by 8s, because, well, if it's going to be a mass inscriber, we might as well mass inscribe, right? Now, let's see what it's like requesting, let's say 200 logic processors. That was 10 seconds. That was 10 seconds for 200 things. Oh man, cool multi-block. Very helpful. But I do think that's a good place to call it for today, after taking that one off. Or, no, not that one, that one. I mean, like, kind of that one, but no, not that one. I think we did pretty darn good today. We did the entire Draconic chapter. That alone is pretty good, especially considering the beast that was waiting for us. You'll notice there's no more cut-ins, because he is slain. He cannot intervene in my videos any longer. Now, we killed a Chaos Guardian and did a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Now we've got a really cool and fast inscribing machine. If that's not cool, I don't know what is. I guess if we had like 2 or something, I don't know. Anyway, next time I imagine we'll be going through alchemistry, so if you feel like watching me play with a bunch of chemicals, check that out. And if you don't, well, I understand, but you should still come back anyway. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye-bye.